have to let the hot summer temperatures stop you from working out.
Yeah, or just laying out in the sun, Christy. You can go and get a workout in. We have Jenny Perkins from Fargo Fit Life here to give us some tips for exercising in that summer heat. I know I've enjoyed coming to your gym.
Yes, we loved having you, and we're sad to see you go.
Yes, it was really fun, but even if you're doing outdoor workouts, sometimes you forget kind of some of those basics. So where do we even start when we're going to go outside and exercise?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to remember to be hydrated. I know that sounds very obvious, to drink your water and get your fluids in, but when you're outside, you're doing that extra activity on top of, it's 90 degrees, it's humid, your body's already doing so much work to cool you down that you really have to focus and try to concentrate on that too. Not only during, but before. I think most folks don't realize that. Half hour before is a good baseline to start your water, making sure you're headed in with enough too.
And if you had a cold beer on the patio for lunch, maybe working out that night, you need extra water.
I would recommend that, yes. If you decided to have a beer pre-workout, then I would.
I don't recommend it. I learned my lesson the hard way. You don't feel awesome.
Yeah, no, it doesn't do the best.
But if you're dehydrated, you also don't feel great either with not enough water.
Exactly, and then that's just when the sun and the heat, that's just going to multiply on top of that, and it's really going to be, a tough workout, even tougher than it normally would be.
Should you try to avoid working out in high humidity?
I think if you're not accustomed to it, it would be a good idea to either ease into it if it's something you really want to do. I know summer season is so short here that we're all looking to do everything and anything we can outside, but take frequent breaks. That's a great idea too if you are outside going for that run or anything at all. Just a good idea to take it easy if you can.
Well, sometimes people take their workout that they normally do in the gym, they try to incorporate it outside, and they don't realize how much they are impacted just by different air quality and then the sun beating down on you.
Exactly. The conditions make a lot of difference as far as how hard you're working, and again, your body already is working so hard just without you adding extra on top of it too, with that heat and humidity that we have around here. So,
do you hear anything from people as far as running on a treadmill? Obviously, you have the water fountain close by. Running or biking, and they just kind of get too far from where they started. It's better to have a plan, kind of, when you're doing something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can try to map out where you want to go, what your distance will be. Try to be ahead of the forecast, of course. If you know it's 90 degrees and humid, maybe it's a good day to take a half off of whatever you're doing, and then just have that, those fluids with you too is important.
How about how you dress when you work out outside?
Lighter is better, of course, not to have the sweatsuit on and the dark colors if you can help it. And also in the shade too, I should probably mention that. If you can, not always possible, to kind of focus. If you can stay in the shade and out of the direct sun, that's a good idea.
What are some exercises that we can do outside? Because I think a lot of people too, they want to start doing some workouts, but they don't want to join a gym since it is nice out.
Yeah.
So what are some places that they should start outdoors?
I think parks are a great idea right in your backyard. If you have a shady part of your, yard, that's a great way to start, slow too. We have like a kids play area in our yard, so it's kind of fun. You can actually play with the kids, do some push-ups if you want to, climb on with them and get involved. I think getting the whole family involved is really fun too. In the summer, you can all do it together.
I know you've mentioned your kiddos before too, and sometimes they don't stop playing outside. It's important to keep them hydrated as well, whether they're working out or just playing outside.
I always try to watch the clock a little bit and say, hey guys, let's come in and cool off for a few minutes. They just go, and they just don't even realize it's catching up with them. So it's important, keep an eye on everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some important things to remember this summertime, especially if you're going to be doing workouts at your lake place or maybe, like you said, out in your backyard.
Yep, exactly.
But you're still seeing people inside the gym, though, too, you said.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still, people like to come in. They like to have their, controlled environment. That's definitely something that, people like to know what they're headed into as well, and they don't want to have that variable. So, yeah.
I found my spot. She has some fans, and there's one spot where it just blows directly on you. And
we have a couple good fan spots. They're the hot spots. People come in and try to kind of
If she has burpees on the list, I'm doing my burpees right under that fan.
Yep. Feels so good.
Get the fan spot. Yep.
Let's tell people how they can sign up or join your gym if they wanted to get some help.
Yeah, we have Facebook page, Instagram, FargoFitLife.com is our website. You can search us on there. We do group training, personal training. Good way to stay accountable in the summer if you're not so inclined to be inside working out. It's a good way to do that.
Yeah. A good way to get that extra helping hand, make sure you're doing things right.
Yep, definitely.
Thank
We're there
you,
to help.
Jenny.
You're welcome.
All right, well, we're wrapping things up when we come back.